Hi, I'm Terry and this is Blanche, my 2010 Ford Transit Connect self-converted micro camper. This summer I made the huge decision to quit my job and travel around Europe on my own. Come along and join me on this epic adventure. So I had a rather wet start to my European adventure. The heavens had opened in France, which was a massive contrast to the heat wave I'd left behind in the UK. This stop was about a 20-minute drive from the Eurotunnel, which was perfect for me as I was a little bit apprehensive about driving on the wrong side of the road in a UK vehicle. I loved these concrete buildings that were left over from World War II, and they've just now been graffitied so much, which was really cool to see.
So I headed up to Belgium yesterday. It was quite surreal because there was no stop checkpoint between the border, so I didn't even realise that I had crossed over into Belgium until I noticed that the signs looked a bit different on the roads. So the first stop in Belgium was Bruges. I was really excited to go to Bruges, and when I got there it just felt a little bit overwhelming. There was a lot of people and the buildings and the architecture were just unreal, but I think because I had been exploring in the morning and then driving, I was just a bit too tired to really appreciate it, and I was just craving nature, so that's why I've came here, and it's just absolutely amazing. It's so tranquil and just quite breathtaking. I'm staying in the car park just beside here. It was really peaceful, really quiet night. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to exploring on this walk. I'll find out the name of where it is because I'm not quite sure. I'll put it down here somewhere, I think. But yeah.
My next stop in Belgium was Ghent, a port city in the northwest of Belgium. Originally in the Middle Ages, it was a prominent city-state. Today, however, it is a university town and cultural hub. I absolutely loved this place. It was definitely one of my favourite stops in Belgium. In the heart of the city lies the Gravestein, which literally translates from Dutch as Castle of the Counts. The current castle dates from 1180 and was the residence of the Count of Flanders until 1353. It was subsequently repurposed as a court, a prison, a mint, and even as a cotton factory. My absolute favourite thing about Ghent is the street art. In Graffiti Street, street artists create striking spray can art to their heart's content. This means Graffiti Street in Ghent never looks the same from one week to the next.
I thought I'd come up and see the see-through church. It's about an hour and 20 minutes away from Boom, but it looks like it's supposed to be best viewed on an evening at sunset. finally made it down to Dinant. Parked up just at the other side of this football stadium, which I found on Park for Night. It's absolutely roasting today. Did get stuck in traffic jam for quite a while, so it's like 3 in the afternoon now, so I'm hoping it's a bit quieter down there, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, I'm just like really talking now because once we get to the main city, I'm far too much of a Jessie to talk on camera when there's other people around, so it'll just be lots and lots of sights. But I hope you enjoy it.
From where I'd parked, the only way to access the city was via the Citadel, which has its own cable car. This was a fascinating place to explore. It even has trenches and a collapsed shelter, which were reconstructed in 1930 and show where people hid from enemy fire in 1914. It was quite suffocating being in this small space and give you a real sense of what the soldiers would have went through. The best part was going down the rickety staircase to get to where an exploded shell had been. The floors were super uneven and it was really, really difficult to stand upright. So, just to put this in context, you're straight. It's so hard trying to walk. I promise. I'm not just doing this for like giggles. It's just really, really hard to walk. After stumbling around in the trenches, I took the cable car down to the city to explore. One of the most famous people to come from Dinant is Adolphe Sax, who invented the saxophone. Across the Charles de Gaulle Bridge you can see sculptures of saxophones which have been designed by people from around Europe. There's even one from the UK. Dinant is a relatively small place, but as such it becomes quite busy around the streets. So one of my favourite things to do when I was there was to sit on the far bank of the river and just take in the view of the Citadel and the multicoloured houses. It was so pretty to see. After exploring, I took the cable car back up to the Citadel. Inside one of the battlements there was an art exhibition. I didn't catch the name of the artist, I'm afraid, but it was some impressive work. This part was probably my favourite. I loved the fragility of the broken glass and the delicacy of these porcelain birds which were strewn on the floor. It had a kind of like humbling experience being there. So beautiful. It's just really quiet. All you can hear is the sound of the water. To the point where I feel like I should be whispering. But it's just beautiful. And the perfect last stop in Belgium. After the hustle and
after the hustle and bustle of being in Nantes, kind of needed the calm of here. So today has been absolutely amazing. The place that I've parked is just beside the border for Luxembourg, which is where I'll be going tomorrow. But it's quite magical here. As you can see, there's a huge reservoir behind where you can go paddleboarding or kayaking. For me, it was paddleboarding. So nice to be able to get out again. Yeah, so unfortunately I didn't put a SIM card in my GoPro, so I don't have much footage of the actual paddleboarding, but I did take some shots on my phone, so hopefully I'll be able to pop some of them up into the video. Yeah, it's been so nice. It's so nice, and the perfect final day for Belgium. So yeah, so join me tomorrow for Luxembourg.
My first stop in Luxembourg was Luxembourg Castle. I arrived super early in the morning though, so it was closed when I got there. Next was Luxembourg City. For being the capital, there's a lot of green space, and this view was just from sitting on the bridge there and just taking in everything. It was absolutely amazing. So first impressions of Luxembourg, it's very clean. Yeah, it's beautiful. There's lots of pedestrianised streets within the town centre. Luxembourg City has a lot of amazing shopping areas. Unfortunately though, I went on a Sunday, so they were all closed, which actually worked out quite well for me because I kind of hate shopping. One thing I did check out though was the Modern Art Museum. The building itself was fantastic. It's set upon like a medieval ground, and then you've got this really modern buildings like with the most impressive work inside. There were some really interesting exhibitions on display when I was there. This one was by Hannah Militek, and this one was by an artist named Vo, and it's an intimate dialogue between his own practice and the work of historical figures of modern art. The exhibition I was most excited about was this one by Lynette Yedom Bouaki, and it's called Fly in League with the Night. Lynette is a British-born artist, and the exhibition shows 67 of her paintings spanning 2 decades. After exploring the Modern Art Gallery, I headed down to the Old Town to explore. From here, you can take the Paffenthal Panoramic Elevator, which is 71 metres high. It gives you the most incredible views, but it definitely tests you if you've got a fear of heights. And then that was it. That concluded my time in Luxembourg. I am so pleased I added this country to my list of places to visit. It's tiny, but there's so much to see. Definitely recommend it. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow along on social media, and remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.